Now for the top story tonight, reaction from Fox Business anchor Dobbs, and here he is. Are you okay with the Republicans attempting to shut down the government?
Yeah, I'm okay with the Republicans' bill trying to shut down Obamacare. 70% of Americans oppose it. The fact is that the authors, some of the authors, Democratic authors of Obamacare, consider it to be a train wreck, as does obviously the Speaker of the House. What they're trying to do is to fund Obamacare to stop the damage.
Okay, but you know it's not possible to do that the way our system is.
I don't know, if I may. The fact is what they've done is trying to defund Obamacare, but at the same time fund the government, which is precisely what their legislation does.
But that's never going to get through the Senate, ever, in a million years.
That is the Senate's judgment. That's the Democratic leadership's judgment, not that of the Republicans. Their choice, if they decide to deny what the House has sent them, will be to give it primacy to Obamacare, by the way, most of whom are opposed to it themselves, and in fact defund the government, not Obamacare.
But that's not the way it's going to be portrayed to the American people.
Now that's a different story.
Are you going to go door to door to 150 million American homes and tell them that? Because it's going to be spun, as you know.
We've got a head start right here tonight.
Now look, because this is a serious issue. It's going to be spun by the media and the president and those with the bully pulpits, as here are the Republicans again wanting to throw the whole country off the cliff and wanting to punish you. The low information voters will buy it. The independents, many of them will buy it. So that's my thing. Don't do it, because in the long run it's going to hurt the Republican Party. And I'm not rooting for the Republican Party here. I'm rooting for the country, because I happen to agree with you that Obamacare is not a good thing. Right? And it is going to hurt the country in a
devastating.
All right. But the only way to get rid of it is for the Republicans to regain power. And they will not regain power if they are seen as being the party of, quote, disarray, unquote.
I think your syllogism is correct.
Syllogism. Word of the day, everyone. You want to explain that for me? Syllogism?
You're making great sense here, partner.
Thank you.
The fact of the matter is that we don't have to go door to door. The American people are a hell of a lot smarter than they're being.
No, they're not. They elected Barack Obama last year. Don't give me that.
Do you want to go back and revisit that choice that was before the American people?
I'm telling you, it's a different country than it used to be.
I'm with you, and
people are voting their self-interest now. That's what they're voting.
If they're voting their self-interest, then they will support the Republicans' efforts to defund Obamacare.
Man, I think you're living in the land of Oz here. I really do. I think that if the Republican Party continues to be perceived as the party of anarchy and chaos, they're not going to get anywhere.
You listen to Senator Harry Reid call them anarchists. You listen to Nancy Pelosi call them arsonists. How can anyone rational and well-read think that they're anything but bizarre and
If you're rational and well-read, I agree.
Okay.
But most voters, unfortunately, are lacking one or the other. Look, I just laid out it in vivid terms, all right? What was the word you used? So what?
That was, I said, very sensible. Very rational.
No, but give me the word. What was the word?
Syllogism.
I laid out with syllogism, and I didn't even know I was doing it, all right? That the working people are getting hammered by the president. They're getting killed by his policies. The policies don't work, all right? But they still voted for him because the Republican Party couldn't crystallize the syllogism, all right, that they needed to. And they still aren't.
If the Republican Party, and by the way, I think they made great strides. If the Republican Party cannot communicate its efforts, its values, and the results, then that is a different matter. The truth is that they have the correct idea, the correct policy. If they can't communicate it, then, as you suggest, it'll be a difficult 2014 for them and the country.
It's a chess game. Got to use the strategy.